Let's talk about using Companion for a second here. I've already installed and configured Companion. So I'm going to click down here in my tray. I'm going to go ahead and launch the GUI. I'm going to bring it over here onto this monitor so you can see what I'm doing. So here's the basic controls for Companion. You have to fire this up separately if it's not set up to start on startup. So if we go, so connections right here, this is how we connect to things that are on our network. If I go over to my buttons here, this is how I configure my buttons. And I can have multiple pages here as well. So if I go here from the drop down, page 2, now we can go ahead and program it to do some stuff for us. So let's say we want to add kind of a few buttons here. So I'll go to presets, VMIX. I can go over here and say mix 1, and I can tell it I want to put a button here that'll let me cut. I want to put a button that'll let me fade. And if you look at the Stream Deck on page 2, as I'm dropping these, it's adding these buttons. So say I want to be able to have cameras, preview for cameras 1, 2, and 3, and then say program over here, program 1, 2, and 3. Maybe I want to have the ability to put my show open, which is in number 8. Actually, I've got a break here in 10. So I'm going to bring number 8 over, but that's not quite what I'm looking for, but we can edit that. So we click once on the button. Over here, it's going to say input, and I tell it I want input 10, and I got that from over here. If you look, each of the preview blocks has a number in the corner of it in VMIX. So that's source 10, this commercial break that we want to be able to roll. I can go over here where it says PRV8. I can go and then tell it I want to do PVBK1. So I know, okay, that's my break 1. Well, actually, that's break 4. Let's do this, right? Cool. So I can simulate my buttons if I don't have a Stream Deck. My buttons, here we go. So this shows you what the Stream Deck kind of looks like for those watching on the stream at home. So if I click over here, this is page 2, preview, I just put it up there in my preview block. Hit fade. Now I'm rolling my break right now.
Has been a vital
and then I can go over here and I say I want to come back in
and
on
part of the reason
camera, say 4 the high and wide, and
because
fade back. There we go. Now we're on the high and wide, talent, fade. Now we're back. Talent's doing the show. So that's how we would add a button. Say I want to automate the open of the show. I can click over here, any one of these spots. So we'll call this one, we'll hit create button, show open. Cool. Now I can go over here and start stacking my actions. So I'll go add action, we'll do VMIX. And there's a lot of functions in here, so you have to kind of navigate and find the one you want. Set input to preview. I want to set an input to program. All right, so the first thing we do here is we're going to set input to program under VMIX transition. It's going to ask me what input I want to use. So I want 12. I want it mix 1, which is fine. Then I can go over here and add an action. Then we're going to have it go to our show open, which was in 8. So we'll set this in preview. Set input to preview. We're going to tell it our input we want to preview is 8. Then we can tell it we want to transition mix. So say we want to do that with a half a second. So that would be 500 milliseconds. Now, if we did it this way, it would immediately put black on program, video on preview, and immediately take it. We don't want that. So we can add a wait. And I put it to the end here. You grab this little up and down arrow and move things around. So I'm going to put the wait in between. The open of the show, I got to go in and figure out how long it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just play it back. Say we're 8, 9, 10 seconds. Okay. So 10 seconds would be 10,000 milliseconds. Just take seconds and you add 1,000 to it. So we're going to wait 1, 2, 3, there we go, 10,000. And then it will do the fade. So we can test that right now. Let's put just some random cameras up online. And if I hit the button in Stream Deck, that's the black. It's going to wait the 10 seconds and then it will go ahead and roll. We don't quite want that to happen. So there we go. Let's rework that ever so slightly. But it did wait the 10 seconds. So let's go ahead and rework our macro. So say we want to wait, let's take 2 seconds. So 2,000 milliseconds in black, or a second. Let's do that. I'm going to wait a second, and let's add another action here. Internal wait. You want to let it roll the hole open. Then let's say we're coming into fill on camera 1. So what we can do is let's split this up. We'll go 5 seconds, put it in preview, then wait another 5 seconds. So we'll send an input to preview. We'll send 1 to 1. We're going to wait another 5 seconds, and then we'll transition mix. So just to review what we're doing here, we're putting black in program. We're putting the video open in preview. We wait a second. We go ahead and roll that open. Wait 5 seconds. Put talent in preview. Wait another 5 seconds. Go ahead and transition to talent. So that's the whole macro we built. Let's go ahead and kind of reset ourselves here. So I'm going to hit restart, get that queued. I'm just going to have some random things on program here just so we can kind of see how this is going to work. All right, ready, and roll show open. 1, 2, that's 2 seconds there. 5, let's preview, talent and preview. 2, 1, dissolve. That was a cut. Okay, so the reason that happened is we went over here and we selected cut. We're going to tell it to do a fade. We'll do that. Say we wanted like a 25 frame. So we'll do 750 milliseconds. Let's try that again. And show open. Close the open. Now I didn't have it do a record yet. I can program that in as well. Now, the reason this stopped here is I didn't hit reset. So before we do all this, let's get with the macro finish playing out here. Let's reset ourselves. Cut. So the clip is rewound here. And it's going to roll our open. We could probably build in that macro so that it does that reset automatically. Let's just pause this here for a second. Media playback actions. So we're going to go over here, VMIX. Media playback actions. I want it to restart the video. I'm going to tell it it's input 8. I'm going to put that way up at the top. It's kind of one of the first things I want to do. You can do that during the 1 second wait. Cool. So the way we're going to test this here is I have this video kind of teed up halfway through. Let's go ahead and roll our show open. Hit requeue to the beginning. And then it will roll. So that'll eliminate one particular point where we could kind of bugger up our opening. And it dissolves in. Perfect.